All right, so today we're going to be watching the best 4 stars in Gacha gaming. Let's see what this video is even about, and also make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video, and also for the like goal is going to be 4 likes with 2 new subscribers. We're almost there to 1.18. Let's see if we can get there, and let's start the video.
Kuro just released some of the most player-friendly news possible. Yoo-Hoo, our newest 4-star unit, will be available for the price of 10 limited pulls or 80 Afterglow Coral in the shop.
Wait, really? Wait, hold on. I didn't even know that. Okay, that's a bet. So that means I can actually get the character without worrying about if I'm gonna be able to get the character. Because I was like, oh, maybe I might have to pull for it and I can't do the Power Team video that I want to do. Never mind, now I can.
Some might find this a bit too expensive, especially compared to the price of other 4 stars. The fact of the matter is that Kuro's implementation is—
I mean, but isn't she really like a really good 4-star? So it kind of makes sense to me, but you know, I'm not sure. I'm not 100%.
one of the best examples of listening we've ever seen. There were quite a few people that were not happy with the news that Yoo-Hoo wasn't on Shorekeeper's banner, with many saying that they were only trying to create sales on Gian's. I wonder where all those people are now. You could have been on your guarantee after losing your 50-50, or a prior owner of Gian who wasn't interested in his sequence nodes, or you're an absolute mad lad who already S6'd him. With Kuro's decision to make Yoo-Hoo, and likely every other new 4-star available directly on the Coral Shop on their release,
I really do hope that they do that, because that means it gives people, first of all, it gives people an incentive to even save those in the first place, but then it also helps out free-to-play players, because let's be real, they're not really spending these as much, they're not really getting that much either. They can actually get characters. Second thing is, what character is this? I want it now. But
they've solidified themselves as one of the most player-centric developers in the business. While it's definitely possible to get Yoo-Hoo with the 10 pulls you'd spend on directly purchasing her, odds are you wouldn't get her right off the bat. This focus—
my bad for pausing again. I'm sorry I'm pausing a lot. I would say the hardest people to pull in the Gacha game is the 4 stars. Like, I know people are like, oh my god, the 5 stars is the hardest because it's the 5 stars. It's like it's the hardest. No, I'm gonna be completely honest. The 4-star characters are so much worse to pull, because the thing is, you pulling for 1 when you going, that's a 1 in 3 chance already. Then it's not really a guarantee. The only guarantee is that every time you get a 4-star something when it comes to a 10 pull, which means it could be a weapon, which means that inflates it a lot even more. And then you can spend probably over like $200 and not get the 4-star, but get a good amount of the 5 stars, right? Because the 5 stars is guaranteed at a certain point. Versus going against, you know, I mean, to be honest, that's just how it is. I'm gonna be real. It's not really like a versus. It's just, it's hard. It's hard. You just got to get lucky. I'm gonna be honest.
Focus on player satisfaction extends beyond their monetization. It also bleeds into their design of these 4-star characters themselves. The 4 stars in Wuthering Waves are some of the best units in the game, and they only get better with multiple copies. Their kits have aged beautifully.
I think I have her maxed out
with every passing month since the game's release, and their overall implementation is one of the most well-balanced we've ever seen, unlike the overwhelming power we've seen across 4 stars in prior Gacha titles, or the absolute uselessness of them in others.
Okay, hold on. We gotta stop the cap here. Okay, Genshin, I mean Genshin, yes. I'm gonna be honest, like, I think they made the original 4 stars like Bennett, and the other ones, right? I really like the one with the fire stick. I don't remember her name, but they literally were so powerful that they're still powerful to this day in the game. And Genshin kind of dialed a lot back when it came to 4 stars after them, because they realized that they probably shouldn't be making 4 stars as strong as they did, because they basically, to be honest, Bennett and them was basically 5-star units just with a 4-star tag on them, right? But I mean, I think that they should have kept doing it, me personally, but that's just me. Honkai Star has some good 4-star units. It has some good ones and it has some bad ones. It's kind of hit or miss for them. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I seen people do a lot of damage with Hook, but you got to really invest in her to be able to do that. But other than Hook, like, you also have a couple other 4 stars. I can't think of them right now, because mainly I just use 5 stars because I have them, so I just use them. But like, what's his name? Gallagher. Like Gallagher. Gallagher is a great 4-star unit. The man is top tier for me personally. But at the same time, now they just kind of released a 5-star unit that's basically the same thing as him. So that's kind of tough, but whatever.
Today we'll be breaking down what makes this the case, diving into how Wuthering Waves' 4 stars are so fantastically designed, what makes them feel so good relative to their competition, and how even the most powerful picks still leave room for new characters across the game's future. One thing Kuro isn't getting enough credit for is how well they've balanced these characters. As always, if you're enjoying this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. The greatest part of wuwa's 4 stars is how well their team roles are defined. With all of the different buffs and tools available across their kits, like specific damage boosting outros or unique abilities like coordinated attacks, many of these characters will always have a spot in meta teams without being completely overshadowed by 5-star alternatives. They're the best in slot or close to it for specific characters like Jian with Mortefi, but not even close to that for other pairings like Mortefi with Jinsei. It's the complete polar opposite compared to games like Genshin Impact, where the devs' inability to balance the game on release created some of the most warped, nonsensical power dynamics possible in the genre that still persists to this day. Characters like Bennett, Xiangling, and
See, I was just saying it.
and Xingqiu are so ridiculously strong and effective in their roles.
Yes, like they literally are just 5-star units with a 4-star tag. That's all it is. Like they made them youngins insane, and then they never made a 4-star like that again because they learned. They was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that, guys. Oh, because that means power creep gonna be insane, ain't it? But anyway, yeah, because like he literally has a 5-star version, right? His 5-star version literally is just Yingling or whatever, Yingyan, whatever the hot one name is. I can't remember her name right now. The one that is friends with the stone girl. I don't remember, but I'm not good at names. But like that's literally just a 5-star version of him, to be honest. Let's be actually real, right? She does the exact same thing. The only thing is her E is different, but she does the exact same thing that he does. But the thing is, I always use him above her because 1, I don't have her built out, and 2, I mean, to be honest, you really don't need her if you have him unless you run 2 different teams with 2 different things like that. Or you like double the shooting rate, because I think she like is faster, a little bit faster than him, and that's about it. But that, like I said, like it's obvious they literally is insane. They're insane.
That they've been staples across the strongest teams in the game for years. They're
because I'm pretty sure like all these 2 or all 3 of them are on the team that is literally the strongest team right now. And that has been the strongest team for a couple of years now, which is I think it's like the modern I can't remember the team name. I don't really care for team names.
In slot, not for specific characters, but for entire archetypes. And that made almost every single following 4-star that wasn't specifically designed to support a single character complete garbage and filler with no value at all on their newer banners. And those specifically designed 4-stars, they're garbage until they're at max dupes. Honkai Star Rail, on the other hand, took a wildly different approach to both Genshin and wuwa when it came.
See, like I said, I think Honkai has decent 4-star people. Like some are good, some are bad. That's what I think it's supposed to be honest.
Into the design of their 4-stars. Instead of launching with extremely powerful characters across these rarities, Honkai Star Rail released absolute garbage, and basically kept releasing more and more garbage, with new additions like Yukong and Hanya completely worthless compared to the existing roster.
I wouldn't even say Hanya is really that bad. Like, come on now. Like, I got a special heart for Hanya, so we can't say that. We can't say that.
With every new addition digging them even deeper into a hole. However, that tune changed with the release of characters like Gallagher and Hunt March 7.
See, like I said, Gallagher, bro, that man is OP. March 7 actually is pretty good too. I just don't use
were genuinely some of the only 4-star characters who weren't completely worthless to invest in. But there's still so much unavoidable.
Oh yeah, Rappy, let's go. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm sorry, I had to pause for my girl.
Avoidable trash on every limited banner that will never serve a purpose on a player's account. Wuthering Waves avoided a lot of these problems by making so many of their 4-star characters, specifically their buffers, very strong at S0. With the full strength of their extremely powerful outro skills immediately available with no investment or dupes, these characters, even with minimal investment, were able to give a DPS the tools they needed to clear endgame content. And as players invested more and more in both these characters' echoes and their sequence nodes, they dramatically improved.
That'd be 2 hours or it's kind of funny. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Improve their damage while also unlocking even more utility and more potential teams through universal bonuses like 20% attack to the entire team when unlocking a character's final sequence node. What this meant was that characters like Yang Yang, who didn't see much value at all at low copies due to her lack of damage amplification on her outro, suddenly became one of the best general slot-ins across any team as she unlocked more and more of her nodes. Even characters like Baija, who many wanted to replace as soon as possible with Shorekeeper, has potential as the most powerful Glacial buffer in the game when combined with Shorekeeper's signature and Baija's S6, potentially outperforming both Shorekeeper and Verena in Glacial-focused.
No, we gotta make sure we keep making ones that outperform Arena. Okay, I don't want her coming back into any meta. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the character. I don't like the character at all. I mean, I like her in the story. I just don't like her the way her kid is played. I'm gonna be honest.
Teams. Players have only gotten more options on how to play the game as time has gone on. We've only seen the meta expanded with age, rather than constricted to a top few picks, unlike other games. Even new additions to the 4-star roster like Yoo-Hoo are shaping up to be some of the most unique characters in the game, as her blend of healing, damage, and buffs to coordinated attacks will open even more wild team compositions in the future. With their 4-star design, Kuro has ensured that a huge majority of their roster will always have a spot in the meta teams, but they've still managed to provide incentives for their newest limited releases. Yinlin is a prime example of this. With an outro skill that heavily buffs Electro and Resonance Liberation damage, she's the go-to pick for characters like Shangli Yao or Calcharo. These characters can still demolish content without her, but she makes them shine the brightest while still having a massive amount of built-in versatility that still allows her to succeed in many other compositions. There are still an insane number of attribute and damage type combinations Kuro can implement across any new release, and that will give players plenty of opportunities to upgrade from their old 4-stars instead of permanently fielding characters like Bennett and Xiangling for years on end. However, there are still 4-star characters in wuwa that are considered much worse than others, but the fact of the matter is that characters like Tao Chi and Alto either have plenty of amazing use cases or are simply waiting for a new release to realize their potential. Tao Chi in particular is one of the greatest tools any player can have when tackling insanely hard to survive content like hologram bosses. Her massive built-in damage reduction and shielding make her the go-to for any player who isn't lacking damage but is struggling to survive content. Alto, on the other hand, simply hasn't gotten his ideal dual DPS partner yet.
To be honest, I don't hear anybody talk about Alto. I'm gonna be completely real.
Alto is basically an arrow version of Chong-Li, a main DPS with buffing capabilities that wants to quick swap with another DPS matching their attribute. That character doesn't exist yet, but they'll be here eventually. As players have pulled on more and more banners and built up those resonance chains across their 4-stars, it's clear that Kuro has designed nearly all of them extremely well. While there are still some picks like Yan Wu who seem extremely limited with no real advantages present across their kit,
I thought he was good for like a certain team. I'm not sure though.
Number of 4-stars collecting dust in this game is far less than what we've seen across other titles. From what
And he really I know some people are like, oh my gosh, this dude right, I heard he hate Genshin. I don't think he hate Genshin, but I think he do got a bias against that something. I mean, Honkai Star, bro. We keep that close to our hearts, okay? I'm gonna be honest, that is a good game. Rappy's coming out, that is a good game.
What we've seen in Yoo-Hoo's kit, Kuro isn't lacking in creativity at all. The future is unbelievably bright for Wuthering Waves, and it's all because of developers who are amazing at balancing their game. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out.
All right, that was a good video from, I'm not sure how to pronounce this man's name. Santotas? Sanitas? I don't know. But let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, to be honest, I do think that they do have one of the best like 4-star type things, because me personally, I don't really use 4-stars like that because I have 5-stars, so I just don't use 4-stars. And mainly in Genshin, the only 4-stars that I do use are literally the ones that everyone uses, like the top 3. The top 3 characters, 4-star characters in the game, the top 3 characters that's basically is a 5-star. They are the exact same ones that I use, and those are about the only ones that I use because they are OP. And I do think that they kind of messed up when they did that because they made it OP and then they made now every 4 stars is garbage without it because it's a high ceiling to go. Because at that point you're making 4 stars 5 stars if you like keep going like above in that ceiling that you're already started. When it comes to Honkai Star Rail, I don't know. I feel like they have other 4 stars who's decent. I can't think of any, but Gallagher and Mark 7. But I don't also play a lot of them. Like I think Hanya is actually pretty decent in a certain team, right? And I think what's her name? Her sister is actually pretty decent in like certain teams as well, but they kind of mainly team lock. And when it comes to Honkai Star Rail, just like in Wuthering Waves, I think Wuthering Waves they have good 4 stars as well, but it's team locked. I'm gonna be honest, it's team locked. Most of them are team locked to a point, or they're waiting for the new thing to come out. And I think it should be in a way of it goes in a way of this that some 4 stars are good, some 4 stars are bad, so that way you have a good balance, right? That's how I think it should be. But anyway, other than that, I'm gonna see y'all later. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Peace out.